video about how to restore a brooch, or actually just the full restoration of the brooch. And I actually got a lot more questions about how I did it than I thought I would. I thought people would just kind of enjoy watching the process, but I am super happy to help with it because I know how hard it is to get that information. It took me years of figuring a lot of that stuff out for myself. And since I did take classes over how to restore porcelain and things like that, and do that professionally, it's very, I know, in-depth detail how to do it. They don't have like a lot of these places out there that teach that. And you even go to a jeweler and they won't touch costume jewelry because it's so breakable. It's so easily messed up and it is not easily repaired. So I know they won't touch it. I know it's hard to come across that information. I know a lot of people don't do it, but I love it, and I love anybody who wants to learn how to do it too. So I am going to answer a couple of those questions that I had. So this would just be a quick video to help anybody who wants it. Now I do have another video like all over, like very in depth about replacing rhinestones and stuff, but it was a long time ago. So I'm just gonna do a little refresher. Maybe it'll help some. So I'm just going to show you around my desk a little bit to show you some of the things I have around there. I organize very sloppily, but it's organized in certain ways, and organize all my rhinestones. I have some newer rhinestones, but I usually get mostly new old stock. I have a person in London who sends me a lot of things that she finds over there from warehouses, and I get to redo these pieces with original rhinestones from that, era, the specific era and time. So it's really cool. This coral piece is really awesome. I love it, and it's another kind of pot metal piece that I redone. And you can see once again, it's the mirror finish that kills it for me. It's just like, that's amazing. I'm not proud of much, but I do love that. This is the glue I use. I've said it before. Very great glue, dries quick, and I have it everywhere. And remember, everything I show you in these videos, I don't have an affiliation with them. This is just the things I use and I've tried that it works best for me. Now to this wonderful question here, was that pastel blue tool something special? Absolutely. It's something I just made up myself because I am cheap and I like things to work. So when I buy those little daubers from places like Hobby Lobby or Walmart to pick up beads, a lot of times they don't work, or the end of them are too large to get into the little narrow places I need them to go. So I started using dental wax that you use for braces and stuff, and I can mold it on the end of any little stick like this, or a toothpick, or a Q-tip, or just whatever you have sitting around, whatever you like holding the best. And I just mold it to the end of that on whatever shape I need. And the warmer it gets, the more malleable the wax is. So you can shape it in just a million different ways, however you need it. And it releases easily, and it's very cheap. Like I showed you on Amazon, you can get like a 10 pack of these things for $6. Well, you guys are not missing a beat of any of the things that I've done. And what was that patch on your hand? Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, as you can see, I use them for lots of stuff. It's just a water resistant label, like kitchen labels. And I get like 300 of them for like a couple bucks. And so they're very cheap, and I just use them on my hand to put the glue on. So I just put a couple on my hand. As you can see here, 300 for $2. Um, I put a couple of them on my hand and put the glue on my hand, so it's right there and very easily accessible. I have stuck my hand in the little things of glue I've done so many times, and I have lost it, or I have gunked up glue on paper, and if I put it on like a piece of cardboard, it sinks in. And after I get done with these, I can just roll them up and throw them away. So It's just it's just water resistant label. Just another excellent cheap way for me to be more efficient. So here's the question. Did you put all the Gorilla Glue in first with the toothpick? No, I don't do all of it first. I just do a few at a time. So I'll do like three or four at a time, or one or two if it's in a weird place. But I do that so I only have to switch between the toothpick and the little rhinestone grabber less often. So I'll just do a few at a time and then switch back and forth, because the Gorilla Glue does dry very quick. When it's in like a little blob, it doesn't dry very fast, but when you thin it out and put it in the setting like this, it will dry fairly quickly, because you're not putting very much at all. You're just putting just a tiny bit and swirling it. You're not putting it in drops or anything like that. So that's the reason I do it. Just a few at a time. So Sarah asks about how to clean underneath the rhinestones on a old beauty pageant tiara she has. And she says, "Great job, beautiful product. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that." And I'm thinking what happened is it's probably not dirty underneath in the setting. It's probably the actual rhinestone that is either dead or has been tarnished. And I'm pulling up the prongs here because most tiaras have prong sets. And I'm just going to show you how to pull the prongs up to replace the rhinestone, or if it is the setting, you can clean underneath it. Usually you just need to pull up two, and I just do this with my little straight razor X-Acto knife. And then you can just take some Windex or something small and clean in the setting. Nothing too special that has to go in there. So, obviously, there's nothing dirty here, but once you have the setting clean, you wouldn't have to worry about anything else. You could just pick up your rhinestone and replace it back in there if it is indeed the setting. But what I think it probably is the rhinestones have been tarnished or damaged somehow, and that's the foil on the back is actually probably the problem. As you can see from this rhinestone that's very yellowed, and here's the one that actually came out of the tiara, it's very yellow and dull compared to the round one that actually came out of the tiara. And you can see the back of the foiled one right here has a lot of tarnish. It's in bad condition, and that's the reason it's yellow, is because that foil on the back is what reflects the light. And if that foil is darker or damaged, it's going to reflect poorly, but when it's good, like the one I pulled out of the tiara, it's going to reflect like, a diamond. To finish the tiara off, you would have to either replace the rhinestone with a new one that's not tarnished, or put the old ones back in if they weren't tarnished. And how you would do that is just place the new or the used rhinestone back into the tiara, and take a blunt edge of the X-Acto knife or whatever you have that is blunted, and push your prongs back down securely. There's no need for glue if you can put it back in there correctly. If you still feel like it might come loose or something, a drop of glue isn't going to hurt anything, but still going to have to push those prongs back down to fully make it, uh, completely right again. And I hope that helps. Yes, I will redo jewelry for other people. I don't really call them customers because I don't do that on a mass scale. I just resell jewelry is how I make my money, basically. Hopefully, maybe throughout the years, maybe my YouTube channel might grow and I can make some income off of advertisements. But right now, I'm happy as long as you pay for the shipping. Back and forth, I can redo brooches or, you know, jewelry for you. That's not a problem because I know it's very hard to find that. And I think a lot of people charge like a whole lot. So I'm happy to do that on a small scale for people and not charge anything except for if I have to buy a special supply for it. If it's very expensive, like a piece that expensive rhinestone or something I don't have that I have to order, that would be a cost for that person. But besides that, I have so many rhinestones and things. I don't think I could ever use them all in a lifetime anyway. So I'm happy to share them and spread the love and help repair things for people. As long as you know, trust me enough to do it, I'm happy to do it for you. Yep. That's so pretty.